everyone, it's Amanda and welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. Thought I'd take this chance to tell you a little bit about myself, some of my favorite things, and the kind of stuff you can expect to see here on this channel. So, my name's Amanda, as we've established. I am 22 years old and I am a senior screenwriting major at Chapman University, graduating in just a few months, and I live right here on campus. So until I graduate and move out, if you see a video in my room, it will be taking place on the Chapman campus. Now let's get into a few of my favorite things. First and foremost, we have to talk about Disney. Disney is an enormous part of my life. So a lot of what you're going to see on this channel is going to be related to Disney. My favorite things involving Disney have to be the parks, the animated movies, and the channel. Chapman is just about a 15-minute drive from the parks, so I find myself there about once a week, so you can definitely expect to see some videos from Disneyland. Now, let's talk about my favorite Disney movie, which is... Yeah, I don't have a shirt for this one, so we're just gonna pretend there's a transition there, but it's on the wall! Bolt! I am a huge fan of Bolt. Anyone who knows me has been associating me with Bolt practically since it came out. Bolt is a huge part of my life, mainly because I love Disney, I love dogs, it's a big combination of all of my favorite things, so I just love Bolt. Now let's get into the channel. As far as my favorite shows on the channel go, my all-time favorite has to be Hannah Montana. We don't have any posters for that over here. We do have a shirt this time though. But there are definitely some other posters in this room. You're just gonna have to trust me on that one. I know it is kind of a cliche answer to say Hannah Montana is my all-time favorite, but it is. I just love that show so much. It really means a lot to me. It got me through a pretty hard time in my life, so it is very special to me to this day. Now, a close second favorite is a bit of a newer show called Liv and Maddie. Yeah, we got some Liv and Maddie up in here. Yeah, all right. Oh, I love Liv and Maddie so much. It has had a huge impact on my life, and Hannah Montana I grew up with. That was a part of my life before I was living in California. But Liv and Maddie has been a part of my life since I've moved to California, so I have gotten to attend a lot of events involving the cast and crew, including several live tapings. I've gotten to meet and get to know a ton of the cast and crew. They are all such wonderful people. This show is just a huge part of my life, even long after it has ended, so you can definitely expect to see some videos about the show on this channel. Now, another favorite newer Disney Channel show of mine is Girl Meets World. Yeah, this is another one that there are posters on another wall, you're just gonna have to believe me. But Girl Meets World, I was a little bit more into the show when it was still on, just when the fandom was super active, and this was another show I went to a lot of live tapings of, so I was going to live tapings almost every week of summer of 2016. It was super fun, and I really missed the show. I really miss going to the live tapings, but I do still love the show. It is still an all-time favorite of mine, and I do still keep up with the cast and all of their new ventures. Now let's talk about my favorite DCOM franchise, which is... Yeah, you could probably guess this one from the poster, the bed sheets, the other bed sheets, and now the shirt. Descendants, of course. As I said, I love Disney animation and I love Disney Channel, and before Descendants, they'd never really been combined in a way like this before, so I often call it the obsession that was just waiting to happen. I am super into the Descendants franchise, and you can expect a lot of videos about that, especially leading into Descendants 3. Now, because I love Liv and Maddie and Descendants, you can probably guess that I am a huge fan of Dove Cameron. And like I said, I've been to many events involving Liv and Maddie, I've also been to a lot of events involving Descendants, and I've been to events just about Dove Cameron. So yes, I have met Dove Cameron a number of times. She is a wonderful person. You can definitely expect to see some videos about her on this channel, and I hope to go to more of her events in the future. I know of one that I definitely am going to, that I have tickets to, that you will hear more about later, so you can expect videos about her shows and her movies, and you can also expect some vlogs from her events. Now let's talk about my favorite animated Disney show, Darkwing Duck. Oh, I love Darkwing Duck. I love the whole Disney afternoon, I love the Duckverse, but Darkwing is my all-time favorite. I love him as a character, I love the whole show, I love Jim Cummings, I'm a huge fan of Darkwing. But as big of a fan of Disney as I am a fan of other kinds of animation, non-Disney and Disney alike. So let's talk about some of my favorites that are not Disney. Yeah, I don't have a shirt for this one, so we're just gonna go with the poster. Happy Feet. Happy Feet is my favorite movie of all time. It may come as a surprise to some people that my favorite movie is not a Disney movie, but I just love Happy Feet that much. When I came out of the theater on November 17th, 2006, I knew that I had a new favorite movie, and it has not changed since. I love that movie so much. Another favorite non-Disney animated movie of mine is Tiny Toothless Print, How to Train Your Dragon. I'm a big fan of the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. The first movie is my favorite, but I also love the second movie, and I have seen every episode of every season of the show. Like Girl Meets World, this is a franchise I was a little bit more into a few years ago. I was a little bit more into this franchise when I was in high school, but I am still super in love with it, and I am super excited, but also terrified for the third movie because sad things are gonna happen. So outside of TV and film, Disney and non-Disney, another big passion of mine is musical theater. My mom raised me taking me to see musicals like her father had before her, so I try to see as many touring shows as I can, and I go to New York about once a year to see some shows there. I love a ton of shows, and you'll be hearing about a lot of my favorite shows on this channel, but there is one favorite show that stands above the rest, and that is, you can probably maybe guess it, because it's already on the wall, Jersey Boys! Yeah, it's already up here, so you're a boy, there boy, everywhere boy, boy. Oh, Jersey Boys. I have seen Jersey Boys 10 times, going on 11, in many different places, many different casts, on Broadway, off Broadway, on tour, in Vegas, as many places and times as I can. I love this show so much. It is a big, big part of my life. And musicals, they were always a part of my life before Jersey Boys came around. I got obsessed with Jersey Boys about 5 years ago. I'm definitely going to be making a separate video about my whole story with Jersey Boys. But before that, I loved Broadway, I loved musicals, but ever since I got really into Jersey Boys, Broadway and musical theater has become even more prominent in my life. So I'm definitely going to be talking about Jersey Boys a lot on this channel. And I'm also a big fan of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. I've seen Frankie Valli in concert 5 times. I'm a fan of all the history behind the show and just everything about the show. I love this show a lot, and I will definitely continue talking about it, believe me. So that about does it for my favorite things. So now let's talk about the kind of videos you're going to see on this channel. First of all, vlogs. I go to a lot of Disney-related events. There are so many going on in Southern California, be it panels or screenings or live tapings or signings or meet and greets. There's just a ton going on around here, and I try to make as many local Disney events as I can, so I am going to be sharing those with you. I say Disney events because most of them are Disney events, but you will also see Jersey Boys related events, other musical theater related events, and, you know, some miscellaneous here and there. So yeah, vlogs. Merch collection videos. So you can probably tell that I'm a big fan of fandom merch. We got the posters, we got the shirts, we've got the pile of plush. Yeah, I collect a lot of fandom merch, plush being the main one. I have more than 1,300 Disney stuffed animals and counting. So yeah, I'm a very active fandom merch collector, so I will give you updates on the merch collection, update you when I have a big haul or if a new movie is coming out and I've gotten merch for that movie, that sort of thing. I will keep you up to date. And then just some videos talking about my favorite things. We'll talk about my top 10 favorite episodes of this show and top 10 favorite this and that, and what I thought about this new movie and this new episode of this TV show. We'll be doing reviews and all that kind of stuff. And collaborations. I have a ton of friends that are into these same fandoms with me, so I will be doing videos with them. We'll talk about our favorite this, our favorite that, how we liked this movie, if we didn't like this movie or this episode of a show. My friends will be joining me for the events that I go to, so you'll get to see them there. Some of these friends already have YouTube channels, so we'll definitely be collaborating here and there. All kinds of stuff. So I think that gives you a pretty good overview of what you can expect to see on this channel. So thank you for visiting, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye!